management of remnant vegetation, and the defining of stems for ongoing commercial production are the cornerstones of the Thompson's forestry methods. These silviculture techniques allow consistent regeneration while maximising tree health. Harvesting of these trees are now defined by their natural maturity and stocking density to enhance growth. Tops are allowed to remain on the ground till bare. This enables biodegrading leaves to provide nutrients to the floor microcosm. Criteria for tree removal includes declining tree health, usually assessed by crown condition, optimum growth for product size, defect such as a vertical dead limb or suspected decay from old wounds, bad mistletoe infestation, suppressed trees indicated by crown shape and condition. Annual harvests on the Thompsons' property have averaged around 400 cubic metres over the last 10 years on a rotation interval of 15 to 30 years. Anecdotal observations by the Thompsons indicate that the forest growth rate is exceeding the rate of harvest. The declining economics in cattle production in the previous 25 years has led to a conscious decision to grow more trees, leading to more regeneration and, in the Thompsons' view, a better product. This anecdotal evidence is supported by measurements taken in the joint study currently being undertaken by Private Forestry Southern Queensland on the property. These measurements demonstrate a growth rate of 1 cubic metre per hectare per annum.
Annual harvest here probably over the last 10 years plus, has probably averaged, would have been over 200 cubic metres per annum. Very few years, it would be very rare that there would ever be less than, say, 150 cubic metres go off the place in any 1 year. It would be very rare for it to be less than that. Even like over the last 2 years, which have been very, very wet. So like harvesting's been very difficult. It's probably been the smallest, fairly small harvest. But there's been at least that much has gone off the place anyway. Some years there's been 500-600 cubes gone off in a single year. That's between log timber and pole timber. So yeah, there's been easily an average of 200 plus. If there's only an average of 200 to 250, it's growing quicker than we're cutting it. The productivity on the rest of the property, because it is all regeneration and has been selected as a commercial article since my grandfather's time when he took it up. So that's best part of 100 years of any tree that's left is left because it has commercial potential. So therefore, there would not hardly be a tree on this place that is not commercial today at this moment. If it's big enough for a product, it is a commercial product today. And in the main, it's a very good quality commercial product because of the history of the property.
Prior to a tree being harvested, it is considered in the light of what product it is best suitable for. This may be a pole, girder, saw log or landscape block. Following cutting, the log is examined to ensure it fits the industry specifications for the 4 classes of product. Pole, minimum 9.5 metres in length. Desired species, no defects in the critical zone. KN sizing. Girder, minimum 9.6 metres in length, minimum 450mm small end diameter under bark. Straight. Desired species, minimal pipe or branches. Saw log, minimum 2.4 metres long, increasing in 0.3 metre increments, allowing 0.1 of a metre for each crosscut. Minimum 30cm small end diameter under bark. Limbs affecting less than 50% of the circumference of the log. End of log defect affecting less than 50% at the end section. Degree of bend. This varies with centre girth. Often a bent log can be cut into 2 shorter straight logs. Landscape block. usually 2.4 metre billets, occasional 2.1 metre accepted. As long as the recoverable sawn timber is worth more than the cost of the log. Owen Thompson carries out all tree selection, cutting and snigging. Owen has extensive experience in the harvesting process, allowing harvested timber on his property for approximately 35 years, as well as other contract harvesting. During the cutting process, directional felling is practiced to avoid damage or excess debris near retained trees, and on average, 8 to 9 trees are removed per hectare. Standard cutting and measuring equipment such as chainsaws, retractable measuring tape, steel diameter tape, axes and wedges are used. Logs are left full length wherever possible for ease of snigging and hauling. Bark thickness is calculated by removing and measuring a triangle of bark at the midpoint of each log. This measurement is then doubled and taken off the centre log diameter. Centre diameter under bark, log length and log class are all written in timber crayon on each log.